Thank you. Good afternoon. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce to you a breakthrough technology in renal denervation from Brattea. So the target market of resistant hypertension is enormous. Globally, there are over 1.3 billion patients with hypertension. Among them, well over 1 billion with blood pressure uncontrolled. And even with the initial approved regulatory approved indication of resistant hypertension, the market size is 160 million, which is still very huge. And renal denervation for the treatment of resistant hypertension has been demonstrated by Medtronic's Global Simplicity Registry to be safe and with a long-term effectiveness for as long as 10 years. So learned from the initial experience in renal denervation technologies, we developed a very innovative technology with a flexible 6-electrode basket. So this allows for a 6-channel simultaneous energy delivery to form a continuous energy field for ablation. And each electrode will have intelligent wall contact detection based on impedance and power. And this is really the flexibility of this basket allows for the range of renal artery diameters to be increased from 2 to 12 millimeters. And the adaptation, intelligent adaptation of these electrodes to renal artery walls allows for much better electrode renal artery wall contact, which transformed into a continuous ablation energy field, leading to a better clinical outcome. So we completed pre-market study in China for regulatory approval by NMPA in China. The pre-market study in China is a 2-to-1 sham-controlled with 205 patients. So as we can see here, in 6 months of follow-up, the primary effectiveness endpoint of office systolic blood pressure was reduced by 25 millimeter mercury in the RDN group, and compared to 6 millimeter mercury in the sham control, for a difference of 19 millimeter of mercury. This is also shown by a 24-hour ambulatory systolic blood pressure with in between group difference of 8.7 millimeter mercury. If you look at, even though this is indirect comparison, if you look at the Medtronic spiral HTN unmet study, the office systolic blood pressure decrease by 6 months is 4.9 millimeter mercury, and the ambulatory systolic blood pressure is 1.9. And this is also demonstrated by a recent meta-analysis, which was published in Circulation last year. This included all 13 sham-controlled randomized controlled study of various RDN technologies. And the result from this meta-analysis demonstrated that the natural RDN trial results of 19 millimeter mercury of difference in blood pressure reduction is standing out, is the differentiated result. So we think the significant contributor to this difference is because of the difference in technology. We really think the 6-electrode flexible basket design allows for much better wall contact, which really creates a continuous ablation lesion. And also, because of the flexibility and the ease of use, this reduces the dependence on the operator's skills. In terms of global clinical evidence generation strategy, we got this approved in China, and we're going to conduct a 1,000 patient registry post-market. And also, we're expanding the indication in kidney CKD patients with hypertension in China. And we already have this technology CE marked. We had MDR approval. And we are doing 2 studies in Europe with first a single-arm sham-controlled, not sham-controlled, a single-arm off-med study, followed by a randomized controlled study in Europe. While in US, we're starting the process of talking to FDA to design the IDE study, leveraging the breakthrough designation status, which by far is the only other RF-based technology designated by FDA as a breakthrough technology in addition to Medtronics. So we're going to leverage that designation to design an efficient IDE study, including sites in Japan for US and Japan approval. So this is our core team. This company was founded by Dr. Jack Chow, who is a neurosurgeon, and also a series of successful entrepreneurs in China, has multiple companies listed publicly in China. And myself is trained as a physician scientist at NIH, and also worked at the Chinese University of Hong Kong as a faculty before I joined the FDA's CDRH as a medical officer, a clinical reviewer. Then I started my industry career not far away from here at J&J's Bioscience Webster as the global medical director. Then joined Boston Scientific and worked for Boston Scientific for 10 years as the chief medical officer for the Asia Pacific business. So I retired from Boston Scientific and joined Brattea in 2023. So we are spinning the IP property of this company into a separate US entity. So in China, we started commercialization, while the rest of the world, we're spinning that IP property into a separate company in US. We raising funds for the IDE study in US. And we're hoping, because of the differentiated design and the differentiated initial clinical result, will allow us to design and conduct a successful IDE study. And we're raising funds for that. We really welcome all the investors. If you're interested in talking to us, we appreciate your time and attendance. Thank you very much.